Hey guys, I'm back. Today I'll be talking about the study tools and the subjects that I think that will be on the test and exam. I'm gonna give you, how I study and what and where I recommend like Quizlet and other websites and resources that can help you out. But before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know good news. Um, Today I just talked to the it was like the lady that's over like that was within the externship department, and we did a I did a had a Zoom call with her today, and she just looked over my form, my externship form, sees that everything was correct, what I missed and whatever, and she sent it out to my recruiter, so my recruiter should get back with me in 1 or 2 weeks. That's what she told me. So hopefully I get that real quick and get start this externship so I can make a more experience videos and more in-depth on the surgical tools and the pro and the functionality of the program. But let's dive straight in. I'm not trying to make this video too long. Okay, so first I want to give the subject the few subjects that I think when it comes to surgical tech and in this NCCT route. I'm gonna give three subjects within like the ebook and like in general that I think you should fully know. And I'm not discarding the other subjects. I think they're all important. They're all important too. But I think these are the three subjects that I think is like the foundation, and that will help you pass. That will help you like at least pass the exam. First one is surgical case management. Surgical case management, from what I've seen from doing the practice questions, from reading the ebook, um, is like the foundation of the protocol of a surgical tech. I think you're mostly going to see surgical case management questions on the NCCT. I re, it my bad of the NCCT. I think you're going to mostly see these questions, and they're like questions like what do you do if I can't think of a question on top of my head. I was just studying like the other day, like for like 3 hours. It like they may ask, what do you do, like when do you start count? When do you start your first initial count? With what do they talk about in I mean post operative, you know, meetings and stuff like that. Yeah, surgical cases like the foundation. I feel like that is you guys should get that down. Surgical case management. The second one is kind of basic instrumentation and equipment. That's like the names of the instruments, the names of the the tools and what they do and what they're used for. I think the most important with the tools is to try to look at to try to recognize the tool and know the name of it, other than trying to see like knowing the name of it and the function and the purpose of what is used for, other than you know case what particular case or like particular surgery is used for. I know that may sound contradicting, but from what I've seen is I don't think the test will ask you questions on. I mean, it will, but I think if you know the tool, the name of the tool and its function, I think it will be. I think it's like common sense. Oh, okay, it's this one. Other than trying to see what particular case it's used for, I would say just focus on what the tool looks like and its purpose. Like, okay, for example, like a male a ma- like a male scissors. Male scissors, they're used to you know cut in tough places like the skin or in cut through tissue. So you know that I know what it looks like and I know what the purpose it is for. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's this. I know this may sound contradictory, but it's like more than enough to know that you can put two and two together and say, okay, yeah, it's this, or it could be this. That's one. I think that's important too. I think that's the important one. The last one is, I think this is a big one too, is infectious control, such as like PPE, hand washing. That's 100% going to be on the test, guys. I really think that's one of the ones. The one of the ones that's going to be on the test. I mean, that's important. They, of course, they're going to coach. They're going to test you on PPE and hand washing and infectious control. I think those three, and it just popped in my head. And also, I mean, this goes along with infectious control, but like the machines, like the I can't think of the name of the I think it's called, yeah, autoclave, like like the machines to use to clean the instruments. That's important too, and like their durations and their functionality and their what they do and what the purpose, like um the oxide gas and all those. I mean, it goes along with the infection control. I think that those are important. Those three: the surgical case management, instrumentation and equipment, and infectious control. These are the big threes, I would say, that you should, if you're doing the surgical tech route, the NCCT surgical tech route. These are the big threes I think that you should focus on, because that's mainly what I see when it comes to these practice questions. And I'm doing, like guys, I'm doing deep research, and I'm asking AI, I'm asking Gemini, I'm asking Chat GPT. I'm doing a lot of studying and questions, and from what I'm getting is like a lot of questions, like 80% of the questions I'm getting from these three sections. So I highly suggest that. Not saying don't, I'm not saying you should study the other sections too. They're just as important as these, but I think these three are like, ones that you should really like pay attention to. And the one, because I think there are a lot of questions are coming from these three subjects. The next one is um I'm sorry. It was a group of people out there. I don't know what they're doing. The next one is the type of surgeries I think we should focus more on. I mean, not more, but other surgeries. Like I say again, all of the surgeries within the context you should learn and know. They're just as important as the ones I'm finna mention. But I think these are the biggest ones. I think that's going to pop up mostly on the test. So for the first one, general surgery. When I say general surgery, it means like within the stomach region. The stomach region, within that region, that's general surgery. That's where most surgeries that's where most surgeries are. That is definitely going to be on the test, and the tools and the type of surgeries that come with it. The second one is the my bad. I don't know why I can't say it right, but the genital area, unitary, whatever you say. That's one too. That's one that's going to be on the test. I think it's that's going to be. I'm seeing a lot of when I come doing the practice questions and a lot of like reading. That's one that really pops up. And orthopedic. Orthopedic is one too. I don't see much of orthopedic, but I don't know. I have a feeling that orthopedic is going to be on there too. I do hear a lot of instruments that is concerned, that's like connected to the orthopedic case. So I will say orthopedic too. So yeah, these are like I said, guys. I will pay more attention on these cases, on these topics, because I think this is like 80% of the test. because when I did the practice test on the NCCT website, I had bought like the most expensive one, the interactive review. It's like it was like $60. Um, that's these three subjects, the first three subjects that I just mentioned. That's mostly what I seen like that, and even on the practice questions I did on like Quizlet and on like and from doing like readings and stuff like that. This mainly like this three what they're mostly going to test us on. So I would say focus on these three. Um, Now I'm getting into how I personally study. Like I say, this method, if you're a visual learner, it may work. This method may work for you. This may not work for everybody else. But if you're a visual learner, this can be very helpful. And all I'm gonna say is this: YouTube videos. I think I mentioned this in my other videos or in like comments. Um, I the it's a dude named Surgical Count. His YouTube channel is Surgical Count. He got glasses. He's like an older dude. He I guess he's a surgical tech. I don't know if he's a teacher or a professor or whatever, but his videos are good. I would suggest guys watch when you hit certain subjects. Watch some of his videos. His videos are like and are meant for perfection. Like they're detailed. He shows everything that you need to know. He shows all the requirements and everything. Yeah, he's good. And I like watching his videos. There's other videos of other people, like there's like newer videos of people like around my age that's making videos that's starting off. My opinion on that is that they're good too, but they don't really they're not they're just texts. They're not professors where they can actually break down and explain everything that you would need to know, or somebody that's coming from like me, or somebody else that's coming from like that never did surgical tech before. They can't really break it down to. So I would say watch him, but his name is Surgical Count, if I'm saying it right. That's I'll be posting some links in the and what I in the tools that I use to study, and some of the YouTube videos. The YouTube channel that I watch in the description. And you guys can go look at it, whoever finds this video. Another thing, so the way I study is, like I said, YouTube videos. I'm a visual hands-on learner. I have to watch videos. I cannot sit there and read. I still do read after I watch the video. So I will watch. So if I get to a certain subject, because how I did it, I went on the ebook. Preppy has this. They have sections for each. They have sections for each chapter of the ebook. And what I did was I went on those sections. I didn't go direct. It's not in the ebook, but they have like lessons, and it's tailored to the chapter within the ebook. So what I did was this. I went on the section and I read the section. And for each the section of the lesson, before I even go into the lesson, in fact, sometimes this is what I did. I read the lesson, like I'll go through the lesson, I'll read it to the best of my knowledge, I'll take notes. I take notes on like what I don't understand or what I think I wouldn't remember, and what I think is the most important. Then I'll go and watch videos. Surgical Count, he's not the only dude I watch. It's other ones, but it's just like bypass, like drive by videos I see, and I what I'm saying. But he's mainly the one I watch, because he talks all. I think he talks all about the criteria stuff. I will take notes. I will do the lesson first. Then I will watch a YouTube video. I will watch the YouTube video, and then I will watch one or two videos of that subject of that lesson. Like for example, not I wouldn't say case management, because case management is broad. I would say more of like, okay, for example, the general surgery. He has one on general surgery. But he mentions some of the most common surgeries. he explains some of the most common surgeries within the profession. And what I did with that was I went through the lesson, then I took notes, then I watched his video, then I took more notes. But like if it was something that he said that I already wrote down from the lesson, then I would just add on to that note. That I would add on to that note. And then I will watch. Then I will watch the whole video. I'll replay it, and then he has like another video on. He has like one or two videos on general surgery, but it's one where he explains in good detail. I can really understand like good detail. And after I'm done watching the video, I will come back and then I and then and I'm gonna tell you guys, I barely read the ebook, but I'm just starting now to read it. Uh, I'm just now starting to read it, but that will mostly be it for me. Like I wouldn't go to the ebook, but if you would like to read the ebook, um, after you're done watching the video, I would say go to the ebook. And it's certain, I don't know how it is in other online programs, but when it comes to Preppy, I mean, I think it's the same. I don't know if they use the same app for their ebook. Um, I would go in, and then I would read like the section, like for example, general surgery. I would read the most important surgeries. I mean, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read all of it, but I'm gonna read the most important. I would go into the most important surgeries, and I would go and you put the voice thing on, and they'll read to you. Because I'm not gonna sit there and try to read, strain my brain just to read everything. Because I can't I can't do that. I need to watch a. I need to see something. I can't read. That's just me. I'm a visual learner, guys. I know a lot of people that are visual learners, and I know the majority. I feel like majority of the population is like visual learners. For me being in school, some people are different. This method may not work for you, but that's what I do. So I'll go. So in the whole in the whole box, I will go to the lesson. I will read the lesson, then I will go and watch a video to connect everything up. If y'all understand what I'm saying, I will go and watch it and connect everything up. So that's technically what I'll do. And then later on down the, I will technically, if I'm going to reread my notes, I'll go back to the ebook. One thing I can say about the lesson in the ebook is just how they set it up on Preppy is the lessons they took out. They mentioned on the lessons the most important things from the ebook, and they put it on slides. That's the reason why I say read the lesson. Like if you don't, I know a lot of people don't like reading, but go to the lesson and read the lessons, because that's where the most important they're pointing out the most important stuff in those lessons. Um, Sometimes, like for example, in what is it? Yeah, infectious control, and the infectious control in PPE. So like that one, I would say go. I mean, you don't necessarily. This is my opinion. You don't necessarily have to read the ebook for that. I mean, you can go on the lesson, and they'll tell you everything. I mean, they'll tell you everything. But on the three sections that I just mentioned, like the surgical case, the three lessons. I mean, not three lessons, but the three subjects that I say like you should pay more attention on. I would suggest you guys go and read and actually read them. You don't have to read everything, but read. Like I said, I don't know what programs you guys taking or where, but I would say go to certain subjects within that chapter, and like go and read it. Just put on the voice that reads you, and just sit there and read and take notes. um I know that sounds lengthy, but to really understand and comprehend certain things, you know, on certain things, you may have to go into the ebook, but that's not for everything. That's not for all the subject. That's not for everything you need to know. That's just me talking, and that's from what I'm getting. And I've been doing a pretty good job. With this method. Also, this is the secondary way I study, and I think this will also help you this will also help you pass the exam and pass the exam, number one. And what I was gonna say, yeah, pass the exam and to learn key points is practice questions. So you may be asking, well, where do you go to do practice questions? I did mention one, the NCCT, the interactive review. I bought it. It was about $60. You don't have to buy that one, but I choose to buy that one because it had rationale. I would suggest you do buy that one, but if you ain't got the money, don't worry about it. They have one for like $20, but the difference with that one is it's not as efficient. It's like not it don't have I think the only thing I didn't like, the reason why I didn't buy it, because it didn't have rationales on it. I wanted rationales to see, what I'm saying? I think rationales are important. So I think the only one they have is the $60 one, like the top tier one, the interactive review one. It's going to say interactive review, and it's going to say like two exams. That's the one I picked. It was about $60 and some change. That's how much it would cost. I know, it's to me that's as a student, that's a lot. But it's not as bad. Um another yeah, so another app what is Quizlet. Quizlet, it's free. That's another one. Quizlet they have, but the problem I have with Quizlet is, like, I'm not saying use Quizlet because that's where I first started off at, but like all the Quizlets, they all have the same exact like practice questions though. That's the thing. Like they don't have different ones. Like they're ones they have like a few questions that are different, but they're all like the same. I don't know where they're getting it from. I don't know if it's like that, from like actual from like the old exam that they used to have. I don't know, but they're all like the same. It's another. I can't think of the name of it. It's called Docu something. That one, I'm gonna try to find it and put it under the video. I think it's called DocuCare or something like that. It's like a website. It's like a common college student website that have like surgical, the NCCT surgical tech practice questions. Um, yeah, so the interactive review on the NCCT website, that's one. Quizlet, it's another one. I forgot what it's called. But I don't think I really don't think it's legit. I looked at it. I didn't. It just don't seem legit. I would, guys. The best way I say do the practice question is go on the NCCT website. I would say go to the source and do it, because I think I'll be better, because that's the test that you're going to take. You know what I'm saying? The NCCT. So that's the test you're going to take. So I would just you pull from that one. Go to I did the interactive review. You don't have to do the interactive review. It's like 3 of them. But the only reason why I suggest the interactive review, because they have rationales on it. They have rationales, and they have like different subjects, different other questions on certain subjects that they have that's going to be on the test. The subjects that's going to be on the test. That's the reason why I say the interactive review. There's another. So them the main two I use. Quizlet's gonna help, and I'm a put on the description box the Quizlets I have been looking at. So that's that. So coming to the end of the video, one more thing I want to mention is but it's not from the NCCT. but I have been practicing it. It's kind of hard to find like a base NCCT surgical tech, STC tech, you know, practice question app. Like practice, you know, it's kind of hard to find. You know, it's because I did all the practice questions, and I've been trying to find new ones. So what I have found is an app. I think it's called. I'm like I said, I'm putting in the description box, so I can't remember it. It's the C. It's like a CST app, CST exam app, but it's tailored to the. It's tailored to like the to like the other. It's tailored to like the other exam to like the other my bad the other rest not respiratory surgical tech exam. So it's it's kind of the same. They're both the same, but I would say use that one. um Coming to the end of this video,